Okay, this video is, I guess we can start out talking about what the world will call nosy people. So, I was watching a video and it was about nosy people. And the gentleman in the video stated that nosy people are not always concerned about you per se. They're trying to find out information basically so they can talk about you behind your back. So it's not a genuine concern. Like they're not asking about what's going on with you so they can pray for you or donate some money to the cause or anything like that. So this thought crossed my mind. So I said, well, I'm going to do a video talking about some of the things that go on and more details of what goes on in the nosiness. So, one of the many red flags is this. So, say, for example, it's a weekend, you're minding your business, you've already broken up with the narcissist. Any narcissist that was in your life, you've already broken it off with them. You're in no contact if you don't have to be involved with this person. So the nosy person makes contact with you over the weekend and they question you about your ex. They begin to ask you questions. Okay, so let me point this out. Nosy people are aware of your drive forward. Okay, one way they are aware that you're driving forward in life is you're not contacting them because you've already figured out that they're disingenuous. So you don't contact them as often. So they know for sure that you're driving forward. So the gentleman in the video that I was watching, he was pointing out that the nosy person or people are not concerned about you per se. And it goes deeper than that. It's not just that they're not concerned about you in the true sense of being concerned. They also do not want you to drive forward. Okay, so whether it be consciously or subconsciously, they do not want to see the progress. Okay, because your drive forward in life is not hurting you. You're not calling them saying, hey, I just jumped in a lion's den and I think I'm going to be safe. You're not taking drastic measures. You're just going forward. So, nosy people and disingenuous people, they also feel comfortable with you staying in the same spot, whether it be with narcissists, ex narcissists. And just to point this out, when you're in no contact with the narcissist and you're discussing the narcissist to people, I'm not talking about you're doing this as a hobby, you're trying to help other people, like right now. I'm discussing the narcissist, but this is for the purposes of my YouTube channel. Okay. But when you are discussing these people in a detailed situation and you bring up these people, you are breaking your no contact. Okay. So keep that in mind. So if this nosy person keeps mentioning this narcissist, next thing you know, you might be so weak to contact the narcissist or the narcissistic person that you were involved in. So these are some of the things that nosy people will do when they don't have your best interests at heart. Bringing up the past. Oftentimes, they won't have much to talk about that involves what is currently going on or your future, especially if what is currently going on is not toxic. So if you are in a pretty much peaceful situation, you have no narcissists or toxic people around you, and you're just doing the best you can do with your current life, along with having some goals and driving forward. Nosy people tend to always talk about your past. They are constantly bringing up past traumas. Okay. And a lot of times they stay stuck on a certain particular situation because that certain particular situation is the situation that gave them a lot of gratification. They received inner gratification and some form of subconscious joy from your failure. Okay. So these people do not mean you no good. These are your enemies. Okay. So nosy people, they're much more than just nosy people. These are not people that are checking in on you. There's a difference between a nosy person and a welfare check. Welfare check meaning when police are sent to check on someone to make sure they're safe at the house because people have not heard from them or seen them. Okay, so nosy people, they're not concerned people. Keep that in mind. That is the major difference. It all boils down to their intention. So they also come with a sense of entitlement. For one, they're not your therapist. So to be bringing up a past situation, they're not doing no treatment plan with you. They just don't have your best interest at heart. So just pay attention to that. When people or nosy people think about it, say, man, I don't too much talk to this person about anything that's going on right now. And they may know very little about what's going on with you right now because they're so stuck in the past. And these are also people that are not coming into your future with you. See, you got people that's just supposed to be in your past. Not everyone is going to be coming into your future blessings with you. So pay attention to how you feel. It should feel funny. Like you have not even spoken to the narcissist ex and God knows how long. And then suddenly this person is contacting you on the phone, bringing the person up. It should pretty much feel like in psychology when they say it's not congruent with the conversation. That means that we're talking about apples. Now we're talking about building houses. It's not congruent with the conversation. It's not blending in. It has no purpose, no real purpose, not just for you, for them neither. Because you're not helping the nosy person move forward. It could be areas in their life where they need to be moving forward. So my suggestion is be mindful of your no contact. So if you are in no contact with a narcissist, an ex-narcissist, especially if it's a situation where you don't have kids with the narcissist, it's no reason that they should be brought up. And also, sometimes nosy people make you go back into your addiction, and you may find that you start bringing up your past. And that's because you're trying to carry a conversation with the nosy person, and you pretty much are entertaining them in a sense, and you're just trying to carry a conversation about something that you think they would enjoy, it's kind of like your empathic traits of trying to please this nosy person are coming out or is coming out. So you're trying to make a conversation. You may bring up your ex narcissist just to make them feel like you're catering to them to carry a conversation with them. So you're basically like breaking your own boundaries. So have a standard and make the standard. If it's something that you are really done with in your past and you're healing from, you have healed from, it's really no need to be talking about it. And if that's all the nosy person has to talk about, then you need to be answering some different calls or reaching out to different people because it's no benefit to anybody. And you got to understand the underlining evilness that lies up under some of these questions that are being asked. While they sitting there talking about this ex narcissist, they could be encouraging you to do something more positive. But why would a nosy person do that when they don't want to see you do well? And another thing a lot of nosy people do, especially if they're narcissistic, they oftentimes bring up things that is not a problem in your life. Say you decided to let something go because you wanted to save more money or you wanted to do something else with your time. So you may have chosen to move out of your big house. You sold your bigger house and you decided to move in a smaller house. The nosy person may ask you, well, when you gonna buy you another big house? But you're not saying that your intention is ever to be in another big house. You sold your big house. You got the profits and the equity from selling your big house. You moved into a smaller house. You've actually bragged about how you love living in a smaller space and enjoying the extra money that you now have in your savings account. But the nosy person or the narcissistic person is going to contact you and say, hey, Mandy, or hey, Shirley, when do you plan on moving into another big house? Are you shopping for a big house? So, see, that's also a way of keeping you in the past because it's not a bad thing that you let something go if it was a personal choice that you made to better yourself. So, see, a lot of times nosy people, they don't like when you make a change that they consider a downgrade. It's not a downgrade if you sold your big house and you have an extra 150,000 sitting in a savings account. And see, another thing the nosy person is doing, they're putting pressure on you. And pressure could be enough pressure if you're weak and vulnerable to make you go take your savings money and go buy another big house. And sometimes they will even do it with vehicles. Say you decided, hey, I don't want car payments no more. I don't want the responsibility of a vehicle. If I need to go into town, I'll catch Uber. I'll call my relatives to take me. They also will bring up that. So nosy people oftentimes will bring up things that you let go because some kind of way what you let go bothers them because your change of letting something go is something that they're judging and devaluing because they don't understand sometimes letting something go is progress. It's a step forward to the future, whether it be letting a bad marriage go, letting a bad girlfriend or boyfriend go, separating yourself from a toxic church environment. separating yourself from abusive friends and relatives, getting rid of expensive items that bring stress to you, that you're tired of paying for, that's making it where you can never save the money that you would like to save. All of these things. So, see, nosy people want to keep you in a situation where you're not progressing. And sometimes they don't understand what progression truly is. Like in the example I use with the homeowner that sold the big house that now lives in a small home or cottage that has the extra money in the bank now. Okay. So the nosy person, they saw the stress that you were under when you were in the big house, but they want that chaos. They may even notice that since you've been in the small house, you're more calmer. But they like the tears that they heard you cry when you were in the big house, because you were crying and in tears because you didn't have any money left over every month to afford anything else but the house. So, nosy people are a distraction. They're toxic. They're disrespectful. They're entitled. They don't have your best interest at heart. They're gossipers. They talk about you behind your back. These are people you do not need in your life. They constantly bring up traumas, which make people relapse into narcissistic relationships of their past. And they do not love you. They can't love you because they're disingenuous. Every question that they ask to even get in your business is disingenuous. So that's the ultimate factor that you need to separate yourself from these people and stop answering their nosy questions. They're not your God. Keep them out your business. Let them know, say, hey, I'm on to the next level, man. That's my past, ma'am. That's my past, man. I need to move on to something else. Okay. And that's all they're doing. They're asking questions. Half the time, these people aren't spending valuable time with you. The people that are actually in your life spending the valuable time with you are not asking you these toxic questions. Okay, so hopefully this adds more clarification. The video I watched about the nosy people just prompted me to give me the idea to do this video, to add much, much more, because sometimes we need more. Because what is a nosy person? Because see, some of the things I name may make you think, because you may not have even looked at this person as a nosy person. So you gotta know how to identify it, okay? So again, I hope this helps. Oh, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.